Okay guys, this is Brandon from 13 Market Moves. Happy New Year. I've got something really exciting. BlackRock, as you know, is going to be reporting earnings tomorrow morning, January 14th, for their Q1 earnings analysis. And I gotta tell you, this market has been insane. It just keeps going up and up. But unbeknownst to you, a lot of the top beta stocks, including Amazon, Apple, Shop, everything is either have put in a top or either in August or in December. And it looks like the laggards, which is the XLF, which has been lagging the broader indexes, has been putting in a little bit of a run. And we believe that it is putting in a final top. And as luck would have it, BlackRock, BLK, reports earnings tomorrow. And this will kick off how the financials will be going. I know the BlackRock looks super bullish, but it is putting in that climax top, and I think there's a significant opportunity for us to profit from here. So the question is BlackRock final top being put in as we speak, and will their earnings signal the top and a reversal? So our 13 market moves points to the following. Okay, so we talked about BlackRock's earnings at length, and we featured it on our last video, but realistically on 10/18, really this was reported on 10/19, they blew away earnings. And as you'll see that it's already kind of expected, and expectations for all of these stocks post-COVID is high. And really, the euphoria is beyond comparison. The put-to-call ratio just a few weeks ago put in 0.32. That's about the lowest that I've ever seen on record, which means that really the shorts have really given up, and probably everybody that's bought has already bought. And I know that there's stimulus and anticipation of that, but we're entering into a very precarious position where more than likely we're going to get a pullback. So the question is, what's going to happen at the earnings? We expect BlackRock to beat this number handedly. The question is, are the expectations already built in? So let's do some analysis and see where we are, and do some retrospective analysis to see what our call will be. So let's move right into here. This is from the previous BlackRock. This is Q3, and this is a Q4 earnings analysis reported in October 19th. It says 18th on that, but it's really the 19th. And you'll see that after the earnings are released from here, BlackRock tends to, in general, pop and then drop. Again, from here, what you'll notice is that it pops and then drops. And so we think that this climactic run, and because these are the laggards, what better way in Q1 to come down. Now, I understand that this is a Q4 from 2020 in October, okay? So, but we want to show you what happened after this Q4 earnings in October 2020 was when it was released. It was very good. As you saw, they blew away earnings estimates and blew away everything. Everything was fine until it wasn't. Check this out. Look at October 4th, 2020. It basically goes up, and after they report earnings in the morning, it just sells off for multi-days, almost a couple of weeks, okay? But we get a pop and a sell-off. And now look at this. This looks really, really bullish. I mean, it's really gone parabolic. And so when they report earnings tomorrow, what do you think will happen? So let's dig a little bit into their earnings analysis, but let's look at the BlackRock's daily technical analysis. Really, if you look at it from the Q4 of 2020 when it popped, and then of course we talked about it dropping, look at the RSI, and it's hitting all-time highs, and it can't break above these levels. I mean, this is slightly lower. I mean, you can see this line kind of sloping downward. So that's the first divergence. As I know, divergence is by we have to put all the clues together. these are Bollinger Bands, these purple dots right here. It is above that level. Every time that this BlackRock pops over there, it pulls back. Regardless, we think there's going to be a significant opportunity. Every time it pops above that top line, it's going to pull back. Now everything looks bullish, and I understand that. Oh, look, there's accumulation going on, but so did Q4. I mean, they went parabolic, and they were going up. And so what we're saying is that when you look at the commodity channel index, it's been oversold. Now it's coming back down. We anticipate a nice little pullback, at least to these levels right here. And so we think it offers us a very good chance for a nice playable pullback. It may pop a little bit tomorrow morning, but it's something that we want to be able to jump right into. And for those adventuresome people, now I never advocate, unless, very rarely front running this, but this is something that we can front run. Let's move on. And, we went through this on our last video for the Q4, but we're looking at the behavior of BlackRock daily on July 2017 on the Q3 report. So 2017, we had this and then a drop. Okay, so that's kind of the behavior after earnings, as you can see. On the Q2, April 16, 2020 chart, we're just looking at kind of the behavioral pattern. Okay, it pops, it gaps up, but then it sells off. And that's kind of the behavior that we're going to see. If it pops, you want to short it tomorrow. And on the January 15th Q1 chart 2020, okay, again, it pops and then it kind of drops down. So you got to be able to short the top on these. And, this is a pretty predictable stock. And because the market is so extended and everybody's put in their top and BlackRock has not yet, it is at an all-time high, we want to be able to do that. So what we want to kind of bring to light here is the following. From January 1 to 13th, from this and up, I mean, we've gone, from 705 all the way to like almost $800. Okay, we may just pop a little bit tomorrow, but we think that it's going to have a pretty significant pullback, that it's going to allow us for a good, profitable trading opportunity. So here we go, XLF. Okay, so this is the broader index for the financials, and we know that it's putting in a kind of a topping pattern, right? It's kind of putting in that island reversal type of a pattern right here. And so we think that BlackRock's going to kick off that aspect, because right now it's at an all-time high. And like I said, many of the high flyers, including Amazon, NVIDIA, Shop, they're all in the process of have already put in a top, and the laggards are now in the process of putting in a top. So these XLF is a laggard, okay? And BlackRock belongs into that. So here's how we're going to trade this, okay? So BlackRock reports earnings on January 14, 2021 at pre-market, okay? I said just wait until after the earnings, and if it pops a little bit, you want to wait for the confirmation of the top and short it for multi-day shorting. And because it's Thursday, the options are going to be fairly cheap. Majority of major high beta stocks have already topped either in September, November, or December. Now what we're seeing is these market is being held up by basically laggards, and S&P literally is being held up by Tesla at the moment, but Tesla is also putting in a top right now. Okay, so laggards, including the financials, BlackRock included, are finally putting in their top, and I think it's what better way to put in the top with the earnings and they beat and then it sells off like crazy. So BlackRock has a significant probability of selling off. It's priced for perfection, and the range that I'm looking at for about 1 to 3 days of trading, especially the first day, is about 35 to 55 points of downside move. Markets are in a short-term oversold condition, so go buy puts. Everything looks peachy right at the top, and we believe this is the same. So if you want to learn how to do this, click the link below, schedule a 20-minute consultation with our senior traders and learn how. If you want to learn about what strike are we looking at, how do we trade this, what kind of parameters are we looking at to find the short-term tops, all of those questions can be answered. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you make lots of money. Let's roll.